Get YouTube back cracking. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on social media at Uncle Dolemite or at Too Much Game Podcast. Fucking Twitter and Instagram, same shit. But let me get my music right. Is everybody ready for this motherfucking shit? Them gunshots ain't no motherfucking fireworks. And then there was bass. Good evening, motherfuckers and motherfuckers. This is your host, Uncle Dolemite of the Too Much Game Podcast, live from the Boom Boom Room once again. It's funny how I always say good evening, even though it's obviously morning time. But I don't know, nigga, that's just how I greet motherfuckers. Maybe you niggas don't listen to the shit till the evening time. I don't even know why I just say that shit no matter what the fuck is going on. I just say good evening, my nigga. It could be 2 in the afternoon, 5 in the morning, 8 o'clock at night. I'ma say good evening to you motherfuckers and motherfuckers. So it is what it is. Move my motherfucking headphones over there so the niggas on Instagram can hear this beautiful motherfucking music I got playing. My nigga, shout out to Fat Beats, who did the beat for this motherfucker. I done had this shit since day one. It probably will never change because the shit just fits so fucking perfectly. But let me fade that bitch out a notch. You know, today's episode, I'm gonna be talking about freedom. You know, since yesterday was the 4th of July and all you motherfuckers was popping fireworks like them bitches was free and shit. Like, niggas been popping fireworks since like 2 years ago, fucking 4th of July. Cause on some real shit, my nigga, it's like they literally not stopped, especially if you in LA. I don't know how it's been all over the country, but nigga, Southern California, nigga, it's literally like they been giving away fucking free fireworks. Like, god damn. Nigga, fireworks been going stupid fucking crazy for the longest. So shout out to all you niggas and whoever getting them illegal fireworks and whatever the fuck price you getting them for. Cause that shit don't even make no motherfucking sense how much y'all niggas been popping them motherfuckers. But anyway, freedom. I was on fucking Instagram, nigga. When the fuck did I do my show? I think I did my show like last Monday, right? So you know, did my show like regular. You know, I'm going through my whole little process that I go through to promote my fucking show. And this buster ass nigga fucking Stephen A. Smith tweeted some bullshit. Let me see. Let me go to this nigga fucking Twitter so I could get like the exact time of when that nigga did that shit. But like this motherfucker tweeted, like, damn, I wake up every morning with fucking 2 thoughts on my mind. You know, how to make my bosses more money and how I could get some. It was some bullshit like that. Like, let me see if I could pull that shit up. I gotta check my internet connection. I hope you motherfuckers can't hear my fucking daughter's birds in the background because they loud as shit. Okay, let me see. Here it go right here. The tweet says, it was from 4 days ago. I wake up every morning with 2 thoughts. Number 1, how do I make my bosses more money? And number 2, how do I get some of it? The caption says, I wake up every morning with these 2 thoughts. What the fuck is wrong with this motherfucker, man? Like, your first 2 thoughts in the morning is how do you make your bosses more money? Like, nigga, you one of the most talented fucking sports commentators in the fucking game, my nigga. Like, top 1, if, you know, like, top 3, and he ain't number 2 or 3. Like, nigga, as much as I dislike Stephen A. Smith, nigga, that nigga's one of the most talented motherfuckers in the sports arena, my nigga, as far as, you know, commentary and analysis and things of that nature. He's an entertaining motherfucker. Like, how the fuck is your first thought to make your bosses more money, dog? And like the first thing came to my head, nigga, that got to be some of the most slave shit I heard come out of motherfucker's mouth. And Stephen A. Smith, like I said, I'm not a fan of this motherfucker because he says a lot of slave ass bullshit. You know, Stephen A. Smith, one of these motherfuckers, he don't mind going super hard when it come to black people. But that motherfucker don't be having that same fucking energy when it come to talking to white motherfuckers. He be quick to apologize when it come to white people. Like, you know, he offend a white woman, he gonna get on the show. Oh, I apologize for my actions. I shouldn't have gone that far. I shouldn't have said that much. My bad. My deepest of condolences for my misstep. I didn't know what I was saying. But when it come to black people and the backlash that black people give him, he don't give a fuck. He'll honestly say, I don't give a fuck what you niggas got to say. You niggas judge me, I don't give a shit. That nigga does not care. Like, he been a motherfucking coon. He been a motherfucking Sambo. You know, and every now and then when some shit happen, he'll ride the fence and try to like reel us back in. Like, oh, I'm a black man at the end of the day. Nigga, shut the fuck up, my nigga. And it's like this right here, this is like the last fucking straw for Stephen A. Smith. Like I said, nigga, I ain't never, let me not say I ain't never liked the motherfucker. Cause back in the day, like when I was younger and I ain't know no better, and the only thing I knew of him was he was like what Ahmad Rashad is to Michael Jordan. That's what he was to Allen Iverson. He was like the Allen Iverson fucking insider. Like whenever there would be news to report on Allen Iverson, Stephen A. Smith was usually the go-to guy. Like Stephen A. Smith probably had the closest relationship to Allen Iverson in the league at the time when Iverson was playing. So I was kind of fucking with Stephen A. at the time because he was Allen Iverson's homeboy. But like after this, nigga, like after the whole Allen Iverson shit, this nigga been cooning. This motherfucker been on some Sambo bullshit. Nigga, I don't like that shit at all, my nigga. Hearing that motherfucker, I wake up thinking how to make my boss more money and then try to get some of it. Nigga, that is literally like, nigga, oh, I got to pick so much cotton. Ooh, and them butter biscuits, I could smell them butter biscuits. Like, nigga, I wish I had a fucking banjo to play on this motherfucker. Because whenever I hear Stephen A. Smith talking, nigga, I hear fiddler. It's like, nigga, it fucks me up to hear, nigga, these super talented motherfucking celebrities talk that fucking bullshit. Like, nigga, episode 4 of this motherfucking podcast, Integrity, I was talking about how what's this bitch ass nigga name? Steve Harvey was telling Monique to sacrifice her integrity to get this money. You know, and I hate hearing shit like that. Like, niggas got way too much motherfucking talent to be talking like that, dog. Like, niggas be having all the talent and will allow a white motherfucker to make 75% of the money and you make 20% while everybody else get the 5%. You know, like shit like that is bullshit to me, my nigga. You know, and that's what makes me think about freedom. You know, and this is the majority of people in general, dog. You know, like I've been meaning to do a show like this since I've been doing fucking podcasts, my nigga. But like I told y'all, the way that I do this show, the things that make me like really get into my shit be something that piques my interest. Like the things that make me have shows that I feel comfortable with, you know, that I feel strongly about is something that I'll hear, something I'll read, something I'll see that'll make me be like, motherfucker, I need to do a show about that shit. Like the funny shit, my nigga, like full disclosure, I forgot to put my notes on my computer. So this shit finna be a fucking freestyle. Like I wrote hella notes, my nigga. Like when I saw that tweet, nigga, I wrote so many notes for this shit. So now I'm gonna have to go off the top of my motherfucking head to remember what the fuck I was talking about in that motherfucking episode. Cause I don't wanna fuck my live up going to check my goddamn notes. But like another post that I have posted, you know, something else that sparked my mind as far as doing this episode, nigga, this shit, I posted this shit in November, like November 22nd on Instagram. Go to the Too Much Game podcast Instagram page. I posted that shit November 22nd. It ain't that far down because I don't be spamming niggas on that shit. But anyway, I posed the question. I posted a meme. The question went, one of these lions has security, free food, free shelter, free medical care. The other has no guarantees, but is truly free. Which one would you rather be? There was a picture on the left of a lion in a cage. That was Lion A. He was the cage lion. He was the zoo lion. And then there was a picture of a lion, Lion B, who's the free lion. So again, the question that was posed, the lion that was in the fucking cage, free food, free health care, free shelter, everything is set up for him. Life is easy for the zoo lion. If you in the fucking zoo, you know what time you wake up, you know what time you go to sleep, you know what time you gonna eat, nigga, you know what time everything gonna happen, my nigga. Like, that's the life for a lot of motherfuckers. That's security. And then there's the free lion. Nigga, the free lion, he gotta go kill his own food. Nigga, he gotta go out there and get it on his own. The thing about freedom, a lot of motherfuckers think they want to be free. A lot of motherfuckers don't want to be free. That's the funny shit about freedom, dog. Like when I think about freedom, because like I said, I've been wanting to do this show for a while, my nigga. Because shit like this, like I'm not a that's deep type of nigga, but like this shit kind of deep. Like the 4th of July and Juneteenth, everybody was celebrating freedom. Juneteenth is now a national holiday, which, us as black people kind of felt like that shit was like a low ball slap in the face, like a backhanded compliment. Even though we appreciate the gesture, we know that it ain't shit at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, nigga, we not really free. So it ain't really shit to celebrate. Like, think about all the shit that they could have gave us that they didn't. Reparations was kind of like a here. Like, fuck that bullshit. But 4th of July, white people, them motherfuckers is all on, extra patriotic. Flags going up everywhere, niggas hanging flags off their cars and all that old bullshit. You know how that go. White motherfuckers love the shit. Niggas love the 4th of July too, but really for a different reason, nigga. We just love the fact that we get off work, we get to pop firecrackers, eat barbecue, and kick it with all our relatives, dress real fly, have cookouts, dance to Frankie Beverly and Mays and the Isley Brothers. Like, that's what fucking 4th of July is to us. We don't give a fuck about the freedom of the white people, because we were still slaves when them motherfuckers got free. So we don't give a fuck about that shit. But, shit got me thinking about freedom, dog. Like, freedom in general, my nigga. Like, freedom as a fucking concept, nigga. Like, a lot of motherfuckers don't want freedom as much as they think they do. Because like in that post that I posted on Instagram, this was my caption. Some slaves stayed on the plantation because they feared the uncertainty of pursuing freedom. Others died because they saw it better to die for freedom than to die in bondage. Today, people would rather live in the certainty of being an employee than the uncertainty of being a boss. Let me drop a bomb and drink some orange juice. Let me read that shit again for y'all. Some slaves stayed on the plantation because they feared the uncertainty of pursuing freedom. Others died because they saw it better to die for freedom than to die in bondage. Today, people would rather live in the certainty of being an employee over the uncertainty of being a boss. Now again, when I posted this shit and I asked niggas like, would you rather be the lion in the cage or the lion in the motherfucking jungle? Nigga, you know how many motherfuckers put A? A lot of niggas put A. Like, I was surprised how many niggas put A. But, I did see a few niggas that put B. And that's the thing about it. A lot of motherfuckers think they want to be free. Like, just like when you hear the stories of slavery, a lot of motherfuckers think, oh man, if I was in slavery, I'd have been a runaway. Oh, I'd have ran away. Nigga, do you know what they did to runaways, my nigga? Like, you see the motherfuckers getting their feet cut off. You see these motherfuckers getting tortured. You see these motherfuckers getting killed. Like, think about what the police are in general. The police of the United States of America. Yo PD, the PD that's supposed to be watching y'all and protecting and serving you niggas. Like, that shit came out of slave catchers, my nigga. Like, back in the day, if you was a slave and you ran away, my nigga, like, they was literally legally sanctioned to kill your motherfucking ass. They could legally kill you if you was a runaway slave. Like, it was some dead or alive shit. So if you ran away, you got off the fucking plantation, my nigga, like every day you could get killed. You can get fucking lynched. You can get burned alive, nigga. You can get, pulled apart by horses and all type of other fucked up tortures that could happen. My nigga, like, freedom was fucking scary. Like, that's the reason a lot of motherfucking slaves stayed on plantations, my nigga. Like, if you really think about it, if you look at pictures of slavery back in the day, these niggas didn't have fucking chains on. These niggas ain't have fucking, they wasn't all bonded when they was picking cotton, nigga. Them nigga, arms and legs free. They wasn't shackled up, my nigga. But the thing was, they just knew better. Like, nigga, fuck that. I'm gonna go ahead and stay on this plantation, dog, because if I run, I'm gonna end up like Kunta with my motherfucking foot cut off. I'm cool on that shit, my nigga. It ain't even fucking worth it. Like, a lot of slaves was like, nigga, fuck that. I ain't going nowhere. I'm chilling. Because even though this situation that I'm in is some straight bullshit, it's better than what's on the other side of that motherfucking fence. What you say, Kid Gravity? Police were also for the public trust in businesses, not individual citizens. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Like, nigga, police, they're meant to protect the big wigs, nigga, not to protect us, my nigga. They here to protect businesses and banks and things of that nature. Them motherfuckers ain't here to protect private fucking citizens, my nigga. That's why we had a Second Amendment. That's why you can have a gun in your house, because the police ain't gonna get there before that burglar get done doing what the fuck he doing. So you gonna have to be able to protect your motherfucking self. As black people, this is a small tangent. You niggas, if you can legally own a firearm, you niggas need to go get one. You need to have one. You need to fucking protect yourself, your household, and your fucking family. If you a nigga and you don't got a gun, there's something fucking wrong with you, honestly. You got life fucked up. You have the freedom to have a motherfucking firearm, nigga. You need to go get that, my nigga. It's your fucking national right, practically your national duty, to exercise your Second Amendment right to own a goddamn firearm. You need to go get one and quit bullshitting. But anyway, freedom. As slaves, a lot of times, nigga, that's the reason that a lot of slaves didn't run away as much as niggas thought. Like when Kanye said, slavery was a choice. Nigga, slavery wasn't no motherfucking choice, my nigga. Not as a whole. I know what he meant, but, some motherfuckers are horrible communicators. Good talkers, good fucking musicians, good at, expressing their thoughts sometimes, but horrible fucking communicators. Because the thing was, nigga, yes, nigga, you had the choice to leave from slavery or stay in slavery, but at the same time, my nigga, when you look at what's on the other end of that fence, a lot of niggas knew that shit wasn't worth it. And what he say, that's why I advocate neighborhood watches to really say fuck the police. Yeah, but it depends on the neighborhood that you live in, honestly, my nigga, because that neighborhood watch shit, yeah, that's a beautiful thing when it work right, but it's a horrible thing when you got a motherfucking Zimmerman in your goddamn neighborhood. Like, there's good and bad in everything. Neighborhood watch, like, that was one of my fucking suggestions when everybody was talking about defunding the police. Nigga, we need to have fucking people in your neighborhood who are delegated to the duty of protecting the neighborhood. Like, as much as motherfuckers hate gangs, a lot of times that's what gang members are, my nigga. Like, we patrol the neighborhood. Like, when I was in a gang, nigga, that's what I did. Nigga, I be driving up and down the street in my neighborhood, riding around looking for funny activity, looking for unfamiliar faces, looking for motherfuckers who I knew wasn't supposed to be there. Nigga, if you in my motherfucking neighborhood and you ain't supposed to be there, trust me, my nigga, I'ma be on some stop and frisk shit, nigga. Where you from, nigga? Who the fuck you know over here? What the fuck is you doing over here, my nigga? Nigga, who is you, nigga? Who you know? Who know you? Like, nigga, if you ain't supposed to be in my motherfucking neighborhood, nigga, you are getting pressed, nigga. That's what we do in gangbanging. But, that's what I feel should happen in every motherfucking neighborhood as far as, like, this neighborhood watch shit. But the thing is, where it gets fucked up at is you got these Zimmerman ass motherfuckers in neighborhoods that feel like if you black, you automatically motherfucking suspicious. So shit like that, like, nigga, it depend on the fucking neighborhood you in, honestly. Because it could go fucking badly for a motherfucker, if power is put in the wrong hands. And that's how I feel about the police, honestly, nigga. Like, that's how I feel about human nature, honestly. You know, and I might do a fucking episode about that shit at some point. You know, just power. I don't know if I've did one yet, but like, I feel like power is the worst thing you could give a bitch ass nigga. Like, back in the day, like when I was an employee at certain companies and shit, that was when I really realized that concept. Like, a lot of the worst bosses that you've ever encountered, like a lot of the most tyrannical supervisors you've ever encountered, 9 times out of 10, the reason that they like that is because they a bitch at home. You know, a lot of motherfuckers is a bitch at their house, so they want to come to work and take it out on the motherfuckers that's under them on the fucking corporate ladder. Like, that's that weak shit. Like, nigga, you know you a fucking sucker, so you want to come in here and use the little bit of power you got and throw your fucking weight around because you a bitch at the house. Like, that's the fucking thing. What that say? Them overachieving, wanted to be cops in neighborhood watch. Yeah, nigga, them buster ass niggas. You know, that's the thing about police. You know, because like I said about supervisors at your job, when you a bitch at your house, you always want to go to work and be like, yeah, I'ma show them I'm fucking Mr. Big Dick here, because if you fucking talk shit to me, you'll be fired. But you go home and your girl kicking you in your ass. Nigga, you go home, your big brother pushing you around. You been a bitch ass nigga your whole life. A motherfucker give you some little power and now you want to throw your weight around. That's what happened with these motherfucking police. Like, nigga, you been getting bullied your whole life. You ain't never been able to get no pussy. Bitches ain't never liked you. Nobody ever fucked with you. You ain't never been popular. You been a sucker from day one. Now you got a gun. Now you got the whole fucking government backing you. Now you got a nigga, he's 6'11", nigga, you 5'4". Telling this big 6'11" nigga, lay down on the ground. Put your fucking hands behind your back. Cross your legs. Walk like this. Fucking say your ABCs backwards. Like, you can tell motherfuckers to do whatever the fuck you want to tell them to do because you got a badge and a gun. Because you got the fucking power of the fucking government behind you. You really a bitch. Without that badge, without that gun, nigga, you a fucking church mouse, my nigga. Like, nigga, between that uniform and when you in your street clothes, nigga, when you in your uniform, you Black Panther. When you in your street clothes, you Pink Panther. Like, most police is pussy. I tell them motherfuckers to their face, my nigga, like, when they off duty, like, nigga, I'm not fucking, you know, talking to the police fucked up when they got a gun in my face. Cause I've talked about that shit in this episode. I think I talked about that shit in the episode Code of Conduct. But, you know, at the thing, my nigga, I'm like, nigga, if the police got a gun on you, shut the fuck up. Like, you ain't in the position to negotiate when the police got a gun in your face. You know, like, I'm a motherfucking gangster, my nigga. I'm a Crip, my nigga. Y'all see I wear blue all the time. I got blue fucking glasses, blue shirt. I be drinking blue champagne. Nigga, I'm a motherfucking Crip, dog. But at the same time, when the police got a gun in my face, I don't look at them as officer shit. I look at them as a nigga with a gun in my face. So, nigga, I'm not finna be sitting up here screaming all in this nigga face and he got a gun to me, my nigga. I'm not finna be trying to, I know my rights. Nigga, he got a gun on me, dog. You know, like, that's the thing. Like, nigga, like, as black people, as human beings, because the thing is, white people, they scream at the police all the time. So I'm not talking to white people. Them motherfuckers, they got a whole different fucking set of rules that we got. White people get pulled over by the police, they, fuck you, dude. Suck my fucking dick, dude. My fucking taxes pay your fucking salary, dude. Suck my dick. Fuck you, officer. I'm in a fucking hurry. Get the fuck out of my face. Them motherfuckers will slap a cop in the face and drive off. I'm not talking to them. Black people, though. Nigga, the cop is a nigga with a gun in your face. That's how you look at it. When the cops is talking to you, that's a nigga with a gun. Nothing more. So let's just fucking take that shit out of the fucking police fucking realm. Fuck the uniforms. A person with a gun tap on your car window. Are you gonna argue with him? A nigga with a gun tap you on your motherfucking shoulder when you walking up the street, are you gonna argue with him? So why the fuck is y'all niggas arguing with the fucking police? Like, you really want to end up like Mike Brown. You really want to end up like Eric Garner. You really want to end up like George Floyd. Like, at the end of the day, my nigga, you are not in the position to negotiate when somebody got a gun and you don't. Nigga, fuck all that public servant and all. Like, nigga, deal with that shit in court. But when the police got a gun on you, you gotta shut the fuck up. What that say? If you white privilege, what the fuck you pull me off for? Yeah. When you got white privilege, yeah, nigga, white people, fuck you, fucking officer, get the fuck out of my face. Yeah, nigga, but black people, come on, dog, he a motherfucker with a gun. As black people, you need to strip all that bullshit, all that fake ass privilege, nigga. Yeah, you could be macho when you in court during a lawsuit. Don't be macho when a nigga got a fucking gun pointed at you, dog. Like, that's the fucking thing, my nigga. A lot of times, nigga, we could turn that shit down easy. Yeah, you feel like a bitch. Of course you do. But I'd rather feel like a bitch in a courtroom than a fucking brave ass nigga in a casket. A lot of the realest niggas I know dead because they was real. Because they wasn't no bitch. You know how many niggas done died over a chain that they could buy again? You know how many niggas died over a fucking argument that could have been settled with some different words? Nigga, think about how many motherfuckers is dead because they couldn't shut the fuck up when the cop was tripping. It ain't fucking worth it, my nigga. Like, yeah, we all got pride as men, nigga. I'm a proud motherfucking man, but I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a fucking provider. I got bills and shit. I got a mortgage to fucking pay. I can't do all that shit in the casket. And on some real shit, nigga, I got $1 million life insurance policy, my nigga. If I get smoked, my house is paid off and my family is relatively rich. But at the same time, I'm sure they'd rather have me here. You know, we all love each other. So I don't think them niggas want that $1 million that way. You know, so I gotta move a certain way, dog. You know, it sucks. As black people, hell yeah, that shit suck. Nigga, to be able to let a motherfucker talk to you the way they want to talk to you and order you around and tell you all type of weak ass shit and fucking you know, go against your fucking constitutional rights and shit. You know, as black people, I don't really believe in the rights that we have under the Constitution, because, you know, these motherfuckers violate them shits all the time. So it is what it is, my nigga. But the thing is, as black people dealing with the police, my nigga, the one thing I always remember, no matter what, they are a person with a gun. That is how I talk to the police. I don't talk to the police like they're police. I talk to the police like they a motherfucker with a gun. Because that's the fucking thing. If you will realize that they a nigga with a gun, you'll talk to the motherfuckers completely different, my nigga. And I'm not saying it in no bitch ass way, but at the same time, if he got a gun and I don't, he's at an advantage. I learned this shit years ago in gangbang, my nigga. If it's 6 of them and 1 of you, my nigga, fuck you gonna do? You gonna take that loss or what? And it is what it is, my nigga. You know what Armani Bless said, movement and silence. Movement is everything, silence is key. Yeah, like, nigga, you gotta know how to maneuver around this shit, dog. Cause at the end of the day, my nigga, I'm not gonna call you no bitch because the police told you to sit down and you sat down. I'm not gonna call you a bitch because a police officer was roughing you up and you didn't sock him in the fucking face. Or a police officer said some shit that you didn't like and you just took that. Cause at the end of the day, he got a gun and you don't. He's backed by the government and you not. So he got the motherfucking advantage, nigga. Allow him to have his advantage, my nigga. You look a lot better in a suit arguing your case than you do in a motherfucking casket, my nigga. Like, I'm cool. I'd rather go home. You know, that's the fucking thing, nigga. It is what it is according to that. You know, but back to the fucking subject at hand, my nigga, freedom. You know, a lot of motherfuckers think they want freedom. You know, just like with Stephen A. Smith, bitch ass. Like, shit like that, I don't like that shit. Like, when you have that level of talent and you allowing a motherfucker to make way more money off your talent than you make, you look like a fucking sucker, dog. You know, cause like, this is something like, I'm a truck driver. I've been driving trucks for 15 fucking years. So a lot of people would ask me like, man, why you ain't brought your own truck yet? Nigga, you been driving a forklift for 15 years. Why you ain't bought a fucking warehouse yet? You know, nigga, you been fucking making coffee at Starbucks. Why you ain't got your own coffee shop yet? You know, like, this is the thing about freedom. A lot of people feel like everybody should be free. Like, oh man, you know, like the niggas who was looking at this fucking meme and saying that they'd rather be the free lion than the caged lion. And the thing is, my nigga, like, you be talking all that shit about wanting to be free. Like, oh, I'd rather be free. Nigga, fuck that shit, whoopty whoopty whoop. Nigga, if you talk all that freedom shit, why you got a boss? Nigga, a lot of you niggas would have stayed on the fucking plantation. And that's just some real shit. A lot of motherfuckers that be talking that shit that about how they would have, oh, I'd have been a runaway, nigga. I wouldn't let that slave master do this. I wouldn't let that slave master do that. But you been working at your job 17 years. You been working at your job 5 years. You not a fucking entrepreneur. So do you really value freedom as much as you think you do? Do you really want freedom as much as you think you do? Because that's the thing, my nigga. Freedom is uncertain. Freedom is scary. Freedom takes work. A lot of motherfuckers ain't willing to do that work. A lot of motherfuckers don't have that fucking courage. A lot of motherfuckers ain't down to have the freedom that they think they want. The freedom that they say they want. A lot of motherfuckers say they want to be free, but they don't want to be free. They want to be comfortable. You know, I talked about this shit in the episode 10. Wants versus wishes. You know, if you wanted freedom, you would go get freedom. You know, we in the land of the free, quote unquote. So you free to be an entrepreneur. If you really want freedom, you can quit your job right now. But now your ass is in the jungle. Now you out the zoo. You done ran out the motherfucking zoo. Because the thing is, like with a fucking free lion and a zoo lion, free lions were born in freedom. You know, so a lot of what happens with a free lion, he's taught to hunt. You know, he's taught to live outside in whatever weather conditions. Like he's conditioned to be a free lion. A lot of these zoo lions were born in captivity. So that's what the fuck they know. All they know is the zoo. All they know is cages. All they know is this small little habitat that they live in. You know, a lot of us are born and bred into wage slavery, into, you know, what we call being an employee or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Like, think about what the fuck your parents told you growing up. Work real hard, get a good job. A lot of y'all parents didn't tell you start a business. A lot of y'all parents didn't fucking show you to be fucking entrepreneurs. A lot of motherfuckers didn't teach you about profit. A lot of your fucking parents didn't teach you about, you know, selling things or intellectual property, you know, or any of that type of shit. Most of your parents told you get a good job, nigga. Work real hard, get a good job, get you some benefits. Work for a fucking good company, nigga. Oh man, come to the post office where I work at. I got good benefits and all that shit. Nigga, a lot of us are born and bred to be in captivity. A lot of us are raised to be that zoo lion. A lot of us are raised to get the good job and, you know, get the benefits and all that shit. A lot of us ain't even raised to be free. A lot of us ain't even taught about freedom. Like, just think about how you get treated when you get a good job as opposed to how you get treated when you start a business. Just think about the mindset of a lot of motherfuckers. You know, like when you start a business, a lot of motherfuckers ain't gonna give you the props that they would give you if you got a good job. Oh man, I got this job at the railroad. Them niggas gonna be happy for you. Oh man, I got a job at the post office, or I got a job at the DMV, or I got a job at the hospital. Them motherfuckers gonna be jumping up and down on the table celebrating your ass. But when you tell them motherfuckers that you started a business, man, you sure? Oh man, a business? That's a big responsibility. You know, especially older motherfuckers. You know, because like nowadays, you know, us millennials, I guess you would call us, you know, like we in the information age. So a lot of us, we looking on Instagram and we seeing entrepreneurs succeeding. So it's like sexy to us, like, damn, they gonna start a business. Like me personally, nigga, I've probably Think I started about 4 businesses and shit: graphic design, barbershop, this podcast shit, um, damn clothing line. Fuck, I be forgetting about my goddamn clothing line, nigga. Y'all see these motherfucking hats behind me all the time, and the hats that I wear 7 Saturdays, nigga. I got a clothing line, but again, nigga, I been neglecting that shit. I should have been selling clothes. I got niggas asking for hats and fucking shirts all the time, and I be bullshitting. And that's the thing about freedom, my nigga. That's the thing about entrepreneurship and business, my nigga. A lot of us ain't bred to do that shit. Like, I wasn't raised to be an entrepreneur, my nigga. Like, I was always a hustler by nature, but like I was never like bred to do it. Like, it ain't like my parents was like, yeah, nigga, you gotta find a product to sell that shit. Like, nigga, you gotta find a way to get rich. Like, nigga, I wasn't raised like that, nigga. I was raised to get a good job. I was raised to work real hard in school, and get a good job, nigga. You don't want to be working at McDonald's. You want to go and get you a good job, nigga. Make sure to pay attention in school so you can get a good job. It wasn't never like, nigga, you better find a product. You better find something to sell so you can start you a business. You better find you a service you can provide so you can start you a business. It wasn't that. A lot of us ain't raising our children to be free. We raising our children to be in captivity. And it ain't nothing wrong with that, especially if all you know is captivity. If all you know is comfort. I'm not even shitting on it. I'm just saying it as a concept when it comes to everybody talking about freedom. Everybody thinking they want freedom. Like, just like as black people, like, niggas say they want freedom. Niggas say that if they were slaves, they would have broke and ran and been free. Is that really true? Would you have really ran knowing what was on the other side of that fence? Knowing that, nigga, you got a way better chance of getting killed and tortured than actually getting free? Not knowing what the fuck freedom actually was. Because that's another thing, my nigga. If you born into bondage, you literally don't even know shit about freedom. Nigga, freedom might not even have sounded all that dope to a lot of them niggas. Even though a lot of motherfuckers know that being in captivity is some bullshit, certain motherfuckers is cool in captivity. A lot of motherfuckers is straight with that shit. And that's the fucking thing. Like, nigga, a lot of people, like, like I said, nigga, we look at all these niggas on Instagram and all these niggas on the internet and all these entrepreneurs and venture capitalists and people who invest and motherfuckers who get rich, and they all doing all type of fly shit and it look like fun. But a lot of you niggas ain't never been a fucking entrepreneur. A lot of you motherfuckers ain't never sold nothing before. And I don't mean just sold something on a small scale, like you got tired of your car and you sold that motherfucker, or some bullshit like that. I mean, like, really trying to sell something. Like, nigga, I gotta figure out what's my profit. I gotta figure out how much I gotta charge for this item in order for me to be profitable, in order for me to be able to re-up on whatever I'm selling. Or I gotta be able to price my services at a rate that makes sense for my fucking lifestyle. Like, a lot of you niggas ain't never had to make these fucking decisions before. Like, niggas, everybody say they want to be a boss, but they don't know nothing about payroll. They don't know nothing about managing personalities. They don't know nothing about fucking, dealing with other people and your fucking profit being, directly affected by another motherfucker's performance. A lot of motherfuckers don't know nothing about that. Like, it sound good being a fucking entrepreneur. It sound good being a boss. It sound good being free. Nigga, doing that shit is a completely different thing. Like, I've had 1,000 non-entrepreneurs tell me to be one. I had 1,000 niggas ain't never drove a truck told me to buy a truck. Nigga, 9 times out of 10, all the niggas who tell me, man, you should buy a truck, don't own a truck. Like, nigga, don't tell nobody to be an entrepreneur if you're not one. Like, I hate when niggas do that shit. Man, you been driving trucks 15 years, you ain't bought no truck? Nigga, you been working 15 years, you ain't bought no warehouse, or you ain't bought no Starbucks, or you ain't bought no fucking post office. Whatever the fuck job you got, why you ain't buy your job? Why you ain't bought no fucking supermarket yet? Because that's what you telling me to do. You telling me to buy my job. Why you ain't bought your job? Why you ain't start your own fucking? A lot of motherfuckers ain't got no company telling you should start a company. Like, no matter what it is. You know, Armani Bless, like, she put up the barber shit. I don't know, nigga. Like, you know, like, as barbers, nigga, sometimes it's just more comfortable to work under another motherfucker. You know, just like with Stephen A. Smith, bitch ass. The reason I'm calling him a bitch for his is because, like, nigga, you talented enough to literally quit ESPN and just start a fucking podcast and bubble. Like, just like Steve Harvey. Like, nigga, you talk about all the work that you do, but you scared to do it for yourself. You did all that bitch ass cooning and NBC fired your stupid ass anyway. Cause the thing is, my nigga, that is the downfall of remaining in captivity. They have control over you at the end of the fucking day. Like, that's the glory of being a fucking boss. Even though being a boss is scary, even though being on your own is scary, even though it's very comfortable to have a fucking job, it's very comfortable to know what your check gonna be, know what time you gotta go to work, know what time you get off work, and know what all that shit is, nigga. At the end of the day, dog, you can be fired. When you somebody fucking employed, nigga, they could fire your ass for nothing. Nigga, they could fire you because they don't like you. They could fire you because they don't like the way you was talking to them. So you have a level of certainty, but it ain't as certain as motherfuckers think. You know, so that's the fucking thing, my nigga. Like, dealing with fucking freedom or captivity. The choice is yours, my nigga. And that in itself is freedom. And that's the cool thing about living in this dusty ass motherfucker that we live in. It's some bullshit. But at the end of the day, we got a lot more freedom than we think we got. You know, we don't have as much freedom as others have, but we have more freedom than a lot of other motherfuckers have. So as much as I hate a lot about what goes on in the United States, I love living here. Like, I fuck with it, honestly, my nigga. You know, it's some bullshit, but there's niggas dealing with way worse, my nigga. You know, like, something that I say all the time, like, one of my mantras for people who are, like, dealing with depression and, you know, going through bad shit, having fucked up days, you know, whether it be mentally, your mood, or just some shit ain't going your way. Nigga, even on your worst days, there are people having worse days. Like, there's motherfuckers that will be begging to have the problems that some of you niggas got. You know, some of you niggas' paycheck was fucked up this week. Some of you niggas might have lost your job, my nigga. But think about it, dog. Like, as bad as your day is going when you lose your job, as fucked up as it is when somebody cuts your ass out of work, or your boss don't like you, or you just got a new job and you found out them niggas don't pay, or you found out the warehouse you work in got shut down. Nigga, somebody's daughter got brain cancer finna die. You know, like, it's somebody saying they last goodbye to one of their motherfucking parents. Like, nigga, it's so much bad shit that could be happening. Like, think about them motherfuckers who live in Palestine, my nigga. Like, we mad because we got to deal with fucking police brutality and shit like that. Like, these niggas literally got bombs dropping in their neighborhood. It could be way worse, dog. You know, like, I was just looking at a news story. I think it was like somewhere in Ohio or some shit like that, like where a building collapsed. Nigga, one of the people who was searching throughout the rubble found their own child in the rubble of that building that collapsed, dog. Like, life could be so much worse. Like, some of the shit we complain about really ain't shit. Like, shit could be so much worse for you. So, nigga, just count your motherfucking blessings. Like, it sucks to be in captivity, but it could be fucking worse. Because just like, you know, when I think about entrepreneurship, you know, freedom as far as like finances and things of that nature. Like, nigga, a lot of motherfuckers romanticize being an entrepreneur, but it's like, nigga, do you know that as an entrepreneur, if you don't generate no money, you don't get no money? Like, nigga, when you a fucking employee, nigga, you can, and we all know, a lot of us listening right now, Niggas go to work and don't do shit. I done had work days where I done went to work like, damn, I ain't do shit. Got paid though. Don't work like that as a motherfucking entrepreneur. Nigga, go out there in the world of entrepreneurship and don't do shit. Don't sell shit. Don't provide no services. Don't provide no experiences. Don't do nothing that generates fucking income. You ain't gonna make a goddamn thing. Nigga, it don't work like that in freedom. Like, think about it. The lion in a fucking cage, dog. The cage lion, he can just lay there all day. That little slot gonna open up, they gonna throw him some food. Nigga, he gotta use the bathroom, he go somewhere and he just go use the bathroom. Nigga, he can just be as lazy as the fuck he wanna be. You know, that's the beauty of fucking captivity, my nigga. Like, being a captive ain't all that bad sometimes. Just like slavery, my nigga. And in no way am I trying to make slavery sound fucking cool. But just the thought, you know, from my personal mind with no fucking experience in the shit, you know, I think a lot of them was like, yeah, nigga, picking cotton sucks. My hands hurt, my back hurt, it's hot, I'm sweating. I'm tired of you motherfuckers. Massa a bitch. I hate him. I hate his ugly fat ass wife. He stink. He smell like baloney. I hate these motherfuckers. But this shit better than getting my foot cut off, dog. This shit better than being hunted like a fucking animal. So I'm gonna go ahead and chill, my nigga. This is how a lot of us feel as employees, my nigga. I done came in here, shit, not too long ago, complaining about my goddamn job because some bullshit happened and I ain't like it. Wasn't going no motherfucking where though. Like, damn, they got these bitch ass niggas got me fucked up. Like right now, they got a fucked up schedule. The reason I'm not able to sell my clothes like I want to, the reason I'm not able to handle my clothing line the way I want to, nigga, cause my schedule fucked up. Nigga, my job be on some bullshit. I tell niggas all the time, nigga, my motherfucking truck is a rolling plantation. It is what it is, my nigga. I'm a slave to this motherfucking money. You know, just like they talk about athletes, they call them niggas $1 million slaves. That's exactly what they are, my nigga. They're slaves to the money. Master say jump, they jump. Master say you got to go to a different plantation. I want that slave over there. They got to go to a different motherfucking plantation, my nigga. It is what it is, my nigga. It's slavery by another name. You know, nigga, when you in this employee shit, it's slavery by another name. You know, the difference between slavery back then and slavery now, slavery back then, your living was guaranteed. As long as you did what you were supposed to do on that fucking plantation, you knew you was gonna sleep in the back house. You knew they was gonna feed you. You know, everything is set up for you. You know, it's some bullshit, but it's certainty. Nowadays, nigga, if you work at fucking McDonald's, nigga, you ain't guaranteed to be able to afford your fucking shelter. You ain't guaranteed to know how much your ass is gonna be able to fucking eat. Ain't none of that shit guaranteed, my nigga. That's the fucking scary part about captivity now as opposed to back in the days, nigga. If you ain't got the right job nowadays, nigga, you literally just can't afford to live in society. Nigga, you'll have a job and still be homeless. You know, and that's the fucking thing, dog. And yeah, good looking out, Armani Bless. Salute to that. But what you say, she gets it. What's up with why you gotta do your work every day to work for yourself? Give a job bars. Give yourself 3 working for you. But see, like, that's the thing as far as, like, you know, being an employee as opposed to being a fucking entrepreneur. A lot of us do a lot of work for our employer that we could do for ourselves. Just like with Stephen A. Smith and all of these entertainers who I talk about, like, especially like with a Stephen A. Smith. The thing is, a lot of motherfuckers is just willing to work that plantation harder than they willing to work for themselves, because it's a lot of things off that plantation that they got to do that they not willing to do. You know, and that's the thing. That's the reason a lot of motherfuckers are still in captivity, because all they want to do is the work that they do. And that's the thing. Like, a lot of motherfuckers, when it comes to, like, working, like with me, all I want to do is drive the truck. I don't want to do the paperwork. I don't want to deal with a fucking broker. I don't want to go get permits. I don't want to have to pay for the maintenance of the truck. I don't want to have to pay for the fuel. I don't want to have to go places I don't fucking feel like going because that's where the money at. Like, that's the thing with entrepreneurship. In entrepreneurship, nigga, you gotta fucking go with the flow. Like the free lion as opposed to the caged lion. The caged lion, hey nigga, they gonna throw some meat in here. The meat tastes cool. That's cool. Can't really go everywhere I want to go, but at the same time, I ain't got nobody trying to kill my ass. Like, some motherfuckers just better off as employees, my nigga. You know, that's the fucking thing. Like, me personally, as far as trucking go, I don't want to buy a truck because I'm not passionate about driving trucks. My thing as far as like entrepreneurship, and the reason that I go so hard in podcasts, and the reason that I started a clothing line, the reason that I do other things outside of truck driving is because as far as starting businesses, I know damn well that ain't what I want to do for a living. If I buy a truck, somebody else driving that motherfucker, because I'm not fucking passionate about truck driving. I drive trucks because I make a lot of money to do something that I do very well, something that I do easily, something that I do effortlessly, something that I don't gotta break my back, hurt my hands, hurt my legs, feet, and arms for. Like, driving trucks is relatively easy, so that's the reason that I do it for a living. But as far as like a business, nigga, I want to do something that I'm passionate about for a business. So that's the reason that I do so much when it comes to this podcast shit, because I feel like I speak very well. I feel like I got a lot to offer as far as like information and shit. Like, I'm an entertaining motherfucker when it comes to how I speak. So I would love to make money from this podcast shit. Fuck trucking. If I buy a truck, like I said, nigga, I'm gonna buy a truck for other motherfuckers to drive. That's gonna be like a passive income for me. That's gonna be some shit that I do on the side. Like, I'd rather invest my money and let my money make money more than allowing, my blood, sweat, and tears to make my money. Like, again, this the reason that I get on Stephen A. Smith and niggas like that, because it's like, if you already doing something that you passionate about, it should be kind of easy for you to go and monetize that on your own for yourself, so you can own more of it than fucking massa own. That's some bullshit. Nigga, if I can make money podcasting, like if I figured out a way to do this shit to a degree that I will make the same fucking money as I make driving trucks, oh nigga, I will never drive a truck again. If I figure out a way to make $100,000 a year podcasting, I literally do this shit every day and never drive trucks. But I ain't figured out how to do that shit yet. So I'm here. But when I look at Stephen A. Smith and them, like, nigga, them niggas know how to do that shit, dog. Like, just think about how much a lot of these niggas make, like these famous podcast niggas. Like, these niggas make a lot of fucking money off podcasting. These niggas make a lot of money just posting on Instagram and shit. Like, when you famous, it's easy to monetize fame. So when I be seeing these niggas that be locked in these contracts with these big companies, letting these white motherfuckers pimp them, that shit out. I ain't gonna let no white man pimp me in this podcast shit. You got me fucked up, nigga. Like, it's 2021, dog. Like, you know how easy it is for us to just monetize our own shit, put our own shit on all the fucking platforms and figure out how to get ads and things like that. Like, that's some bullshit, my nigga. Like, it's too fucking easy for us to be sitting up here allowing motherfuckers to pimp us in some of this shit. Now, I get it. If you a fucking post office worker, nigga, you a fucking mail truck driver, yeah, it's kind of hard to figure out how to get mail to come to you so you could be a fucking mail deliverer for money. Like, come on, man, like, I get it. A lot of motherfuckers can't be entrepreneurs because the skills that they have ain't marketable to be entrepreneurs off of what those skills are. Nigga, some motherfuckers fold boxes for a living. Motherfucker, you gonna be a fucking a freelance box folder? No, nigga, you gonna do that shit at the warehouse you been working at. So certain motherfuckers, they gotta stay on the fucking plantation, my nigga. They don't got the skills to get off. But like me personally, nigga, this is what I'm using podcasting for, my nigga. Like, this is how I'm trying to get my ass off this plantation. I'm trying to find another skill that's gonna get me off the plantation that I'm on. Cause driving trucks ain't it. Nigga, unless I find me a way to do that shit when I want to, how I feel like doing, I ain't doing it, my nigga. I'm cool like that. I'm comfortable on that plantation that I'm on. And this is something that a lot of us gotta fucking realize with the way that our life is set up. You know, a lot of the shit sucks. You know, a lot of the lack of freedom that we have in certain situations, it sucks. Could be worse though. You know, and that's what the fuck I be holding on to. As far as like with me, my nigga, I fucking hate my job, dog. And let me not say I hate my job. I hate my schedule. I enjoy my job. Co-workers, cool. I get paid very well. So that shit is cool. But nigga, that schedule some bullshit. I hate my motherfucking schedule. But the thing is, like, I know a lot of entrepreneurs, nigga, they schedule worse than mine. And that's the thing. Nigga, when you an employee, your schedule is 9 to 5. Nigga, when you a motherfucking entrepreneur, nigga, your schedule is from when you wake up to when you go to sleep. That's the thing, my nigga. It ain't as easy as motherfuckers make that shit sound, my nigga. Nigga, being a motherfucking entrepreneur, nigga, that's 24/7. Nigga, ain't no salary in entrepreneurship. Ain't no benefits in entrepreneurship. Nigga, the only benefits as an entrepreneur is the benefits you give yourself. Nigga, your pay is what you pay yourself. Everything is on you. Nigga, freedom is scary, my nigga. Freedom is uncertain. Freedom takes work, my nigga. Captivity easy. Captivity is certain. A lot of motherfuckers value certainty. A lot of motherfuckers value comfort. The thing about freedom is it depends on your system of values. It depends on what you hold near and dear to your heart. If you hold freedom near and dear to your heart, you gonna go get freedom. You know, and this is like what I talked about in episode 10, Wants versus Wishes. It's one of my favorite fucking episodes. Just because, like, I like the episodes where I be spitting some shit. Like, I like episodes where I feel like the niggas who listening is really thinking about what the fuck I'm saying. So I really fuck with episode 10, Wants versus Wishes, because I was talking about basically the difference between actually wanting something, having a definite desire, a reason to actually go and get some shit, versus just wishing you had some shit. You know, because like with this, like, you know, in context to what I'm talking about, it's a million motherfuckers on Instagram that say they want $1 million. If I ask 1 million people, do you want $1 million? I'm sure all million people is gonna say yes, they like $1 million. But the thing is, there's a difference between I would like to have $1 million and I want to have $1 million. I would like to have $1 million is if gave you $1 million, you'd accept it. Want $1 million is I have to go get $1 million. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get $1 million. A lot of motherfuckers don't know how to get $1 million. A lot of motherfuckers ain't going to do shit to get $1 million. What you say, Armani Bless? Exactly, because your business comes first. So if something happens, water pipe bursts, you have to get out there, out of your bed, and see about it and handle it. Exactly. That's the fucking thing about entrepreneurship. Everything on you. But like I said, when you an entrepreneur, 9 times out of 10, you an entrepreneur because you want $1 million. Everybody would like $1 million, but entrepreneurs want $1 million. That's why you became an entrepreneur, because you are willing to do what it takes to go and get $1 million. It's a fucking difference. A lot of people would like freedom. A lot of people would like a lot of shit, but they don't want this shit. It's a big difference between would like and want. I would like a sandwich. Sandwich ain't fucking here. If I say I want a sandwich, I'm gonna go and get me a fucking sandwich. I'm gonna take my ass in the kitchen. I'm gonna go get motherfucking bread, peanut butter jelly, slap that shit together, and I'm gonna have me a motherfucking sandwich because I want it. This is like freedom. A lot of motherfuckers would like to be free. A lot of motherfuckers would like financial freedom. A lot of motherfuckers would like to go on vacations and would like to call themselves an entrepreneur and would like to call themselves a boss. A lot of motherfuckers don't want to be a boss. A lot of motherfuckers ain't cut to be a boss. A lot of motherfuckers ain't built to be a boss. A lot of motherfuckers can't be a boss. A million niggas call themselves a boss. And out of that million, it's only 10 that's actually a boss. Like, nigga, being a boss ain't fucking easy. Nigga, being a boss is difficult, my nigga. Being a boss, you gotta make difficult decisions all the fucking time. When you a boss, you gotta be able to deal with personalities, my nigga. When you a boss, you gotta be a motherfucking leader. Nigga, everybody ain't a fucking leader. Most motherfuckers is followers, my nigga. Like, just think about it, my nigga. There's one coach and 55 players on a fucking football team. They not all motherfucking leaders. There's one quarterback and a million other motherfuckers he get a fucking ball to. Nigga, there can only be one leader, my nigga. It's a very small fucking sector of society that are fucking leaders, my nigga. Everybody ain't a fucking leader. What you say, Bougie Latte? Lord, I used to dream about being driven in limos since age 10. I don't even know why. Some bougie shit. But that's the thing. But see, Bougie Latte, like, the difference between you and a lot of motherfuckers, like, you doing something to put yourself in the fucking position to be driven around in limousines. That's the difference. Like, you're starting a business. You're an entrepreneur. You starting a website. Like, you got me and fucking Rosie. Like, we working under you. Like, you're a boss. That's boss shit. When you doing something based on a vision you had in your head and you going out there to make that fucking vision come to fruition, you're putting some shit into action that's gonna lead you to something that's gonna be bigger. That's leading you into something that you said you wanted. You want to be driven around the limousines. You probably pictured yourself being driven around, like, manifested that shit, and you putting something in motion to manifest your fucking dreams. So that's the thing. Like, motherfuckers who want freedom, they go get that shit. There was a small amount of motherfucking slaves that got their ass up and said, nigga, I got to get the fuck up out this bullshit. Good, bad, or whatever. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm out this bitch. Fuck this. They gonna have to kill me. I'm out. A lot of motherfuckers ain't cut like that. A lot of motherfuckers ain't built like that. Like, nigga, you know how many motherfuckers try to be a fucking entrepreneur and they first bad day they quit? Man, I ain't made no money. Man, fuck this shit. I'm about to go back to my motherfucking job. Oh, man, my business failed. I ain't turned no profit. Oh, I done lost my building. I'm about to go to my motherfucking job. Fuck this shit. You know, it takes stick-to-itiveness. Like, nigga, you gotta be a relentless motherfucker to be a fucking entrepreneur. Because every day not gonna be a good day. Every day not gonna be a fucking money day. Nigga, just like fucking freedom. Nigga, just like the fucking free lion. When you look at the free lion, nigga, there's some days that motherfucker probably don't even eat. He ain't catching no motherfucking antelopes or nothing. Like, nigga, them niggas was too fast that day, so he ain't get to eat. Or, man, sometimes the antelope he killed, that motherfucker didn't taste good. Nigga, some days, nigga, that motherfucker ran after a zebra. That zebra put them legs up, kicked him in his motherfucking chin. Fucked his ass up. Bad day for the lion. But that's freedom. Freedom ain't always motherfucking easy, dog. What she say? That's not boozy. You're speaking manifestation of your video. Yeah, exactly. But see, that's the fucking thing, dog. Like, nigga, being a fucking a free entity, that shit takes work. That shit, you a different motherfucker when you a fucking entrepreneur. Everybody ain't cut for that shit. Somebody gotta sweep the motherfucking floor. Nigga, somebody gotta fucking, you know, take the trash out in the back. You know, somebody gotta be the motherfucking employee. We can't all be the boss. You know, like I hear like you know, Dame Dash, she be shitting on niggas who be employees, but everybody ain't fucking built like that. Everybody wasn't raised like that. Like I said, nigga, some of us were literally raised to be employees. Some of us, we come from a long line of fucking employees, my nigga. A lot of motherfuckers that are bosses come from a long line of bosses. A lot of times when you hear somebody that's a fucking entrepreneur, nigga, they come from entrepreneurs. Oh, my dad owned a liquor store, you know, and my mom had a nail shop. You know, oh, my dad, you know, he ran this company here, and my mom, you know, she had this little boutique. Like, a lot of motherfuckers are born and bred to be entrepreneurs, and that's the fucking thing. A lot of motherfuckers ain't cut from that cloth. That's something that a lot of motherfuckers don't understand, just as far as people, human nature, the way motherfuckers' minds work. Some motherfuckers are comfortable where they at. A lot of motherfuckers was comfortable on that motherfucking plantation, dog. A lot of us now, we comfortable on our motherfucking plantation, dog. And I don't even shit on niggas about it. Just because you don't got the same mind frame I got, I can't be mad at you, dog. I don't know how you was raised. I don't know what your parents been telling you. Some motherfuckers is comfortable being followers, dog. And it ain't nothing wrong with that, nigga. A leader ain't shit without strong followers. So what the fuck is wrong with being a motherfucking follower? Like, just think about being a fucking soldier in the army, dog. Nigga, you gotta be a follower at some point, even if you a born natural leader. You know, at some point you gotta learn to follow well in order to be a good leader. So, you know, motherfuckers really just gotta keep all that shit in mind. What you say, Armani? I definitely don't mind being a student and enhance wisdom and learn from others. Never too old to learn. Exactly. And that's with anything. I don't give a fuck if you a leader. I don't give a fuck if you the president. If you not learning, you fucking stupid. And that's just straight the fuck up. Like, once you feel like you know all the shit, that's when you fucked up. Definitely can't be too comfortable if you have a business owner mindset. Hell no. As a business owner, nigga, ain't no easy motherfucking day. Nigga, ain't no motherfucking easy day until your motherfucking money is coming in without you working for it. Like, my thing as far as like with my clothing line, like my ultimate goal in my clothing line was to build that shit up and then sell that shit and just be like a minority owner in it. Like, that was something that's always been my dream. Like, my clothing line is called 7 Saturdays. The reason that I named my clothing line 7 Saturdays is because my dream in life is for every day to be Saturday. Like, as hard as I work, at heart, I'm a lazy nigga. Like, I work very hard because I want to take it easy. Like, that's just something that I always say. Like, I work hard as fuck, so at some point, I ain't got to work at all. I'm going to bust my motherfucking ass and I'm going to work around the fucking clock. So at some point, I could just motherfucking relax. Nigga, I want to build up my clothing line so I could sell that motherfucker. Somebody else running that bitch and all I'm doing is collecting money. That's what I want for my life. I want to be able to start a couple businesses and then at the point where it's like, all right, nigga, what did we do this year? Oh, we did 7 million. Cool. Let me get my 3 and I'm going to be on the beach. You know, oh, I got, you know, these properties over here. This is the amount of money they pulling in. Cool. I'm over here on an airplane somewhere. Or I'm in my living room watching TV and checks just coming in. Nigga, that's what I want for my life, dog. I want to be able to wake up and do what I did this morning. Wake up, brush my teeth, take a shower, shave my head, listen to Grover Washington, lights, camera, do my motherfucking podcast, and chill. That's what I want in life, nigga. That's like my ultimate goal, my nigga. Like, I just want to kick it. I want to be able to take my kids on cruises and shit. Like, you know, take my wife, go fucking travel and relax. And money just comes in from things I've done years ago. That's the freedom I want. But in order for me to get that freedom, I'm going to have to go through some bondage. I'm going to have to go through some work. I'm going to have to put some fucking work in. Because the thing about it, when you really think about it, dog, like, even with freedom, even with entrepreneurship, like, you're free from being an employee, right? But like something that I say all the time, my nigga, when you a motherfucking entrepreneur, nigga, you are your own master, but you also your own slave. Like, that's the downside to entrepreneurship. Nigga, you a bigger slave than the nigga on the plantation. Cause at the end of the day, nigga, as an entrepreneur, you gotta work way harder than the employee. Especially if you want to be motherfucking successful. You gotta work hard as fuck as a fucking entrepreneur, nigga. You gotta wake up working and work till you go to sleep when you a motherfucking entrepreneur. If you want to be motherfucking successful, nigga, you can't work a 8-hour day as an entrepreneur. Not if you building some shit. Not if you want that shit to be something fly. Fuck you mean 8-hour day, nigga? You wake up and work until your ass fall asleep if you really want to succeed as an entrepreneur. shit, just like as a side entrepreneur, just as a side hustler. Like nigga, when I had my clothing line and my job, like nigga, I would literally work my 8 to 10 hours, and once I got off work, I was working on my motherfucking business until I fell asleep. Like nigga, it ain't no motherfucking off days in that shit. Nigga, off days is a fucking no-no. Like off days is looked at as some sucker shit when you a fucking entrepreneur. Like nigga, fuck you mean you sleep. Fuck you mean you tired. Fuck you mean you need a break. Like nigga, whenever as an entrepreneur, all I was thinking was it's somebody working when I ain't working, so I always gotta be working. You know, there's always, nigga, no matter how hard I'm working, there's somebody working twice as hard to beat me. So I gotta be working as hard as the fuck I can because I don't want nobody to beat me. And that's the thing, nigga. Like, nigga, you a slave to success when you become an entrepreneur. Nigga, you a slave to freedom. It's like, nigga, you working so hard to be free, nigga. That shit is like slavery, my nigga. You gotta work hard as fuck as a motherfucking entrepreneur. That's the reason a lot of people don't want to do it. You know, like, and this is something that I talked about one of my homeboys. You know, this is some shit that I heard from the mouth of a motherfucker that lived it to my ears, dog. Prison. Nigga, prison is the ultimate absence of fucking freedom. Do you know my homeboy literally told me out his own mouth, man, I'd rather be in prison, fuck these streets. Because like I said, just like the caged lion, dog, when you in prison, you know what time you wake up. You know what time you going to sleep. You know when you gonna eat. You know everything is set up for you. You know when you gonna get your yard time. Everything is set up. You ain't even gotta really think for yourself when you in prison. But that's the ultimate fucking captivity, my nigga. That is the fucking epitome of captivity. But there are people on this planet who prefer that captivity over the uncertainty of freedom. Like us as regular, you know, law-abiding citizens, nigga, we feel like, oh, fuck that shit. I'd rather be able to walk around and go where I want to go and eat where I want to eat and do all this and all this shit. But we not really free either. You know, like I was telling my homeboy, because like I was talking about, you know, being an employee, being the new slavery. And that nigga was like, I ain't no motherfucking slave. I ain't no motherfucking slave. Okay, nigga, if you not a fucking slave, take 3 weeks off work right now. Don't tell nobody. Since you free and shit, if you free, just don't go to work tomorrow. And don't tell your boss, just don't go, cause you free. If you free, just don't go to work. Say, I'ma chill today. Stay your ass in bed. Don't answer your phone. Just chill. Play some Madden. Play some 2K. Play some Call of Duty. Eat ice cream for breakfast. Fuck it, you free, right? Nigga, you ain't motherfucking free, nigga. You gotta take your ass to work, nigga. That's slavery. At the end of the day, it's just slavery by another name. You have to work because you want to eat. In order for you to be able to eat that day, you gotta get up and take your ass to work. That's the beauty of entrepreneurship, because sometimes as an entrepreneur, you can literally say, you know what? I don't feel like doing shit today. But when it comes to that, my nigga, you better had a pretty good fucking week or two to where you got enough money saved up to where you can chill that day. Like, you know what? Today I ain't gonna be open. Like Chick-fil-A, they a successful business. So they have the freedom to say, bitch, we closed on Sunday. Give a fuck how bad you want some chicken. We closed. Like, nigga, that's like my goal in life, nigga. That's my dream. To be able to just say, you know what, motherfucker, I ain't doing shit on Sunday. Or you know what, nigga, I ain't doing shit on Saturday. But I don't have that fucking freedom yet. You know, but us as people, like, just to, you know, put a bow on it, you know, because I've been talking for an hour and 15 minutes and shit. You know, like, just keep that shit in mind, my nigga. Like, you know, are you free? Do you want to be free? Are you willing to do what it takes to be free? Or are you comfortable on a fucking plantation, my nigga? Like, are you raising your kids to be free? Because a lot of us listening to this shit are parents. So like, are you raising your kids to value freedom? Are you raising your kids to be entrepreneurs, or are you raising your kids to be in captivity? Are you raising your kids to be somebody motherfucking employee? Like, what do you want for your kids, and what are you teaching them in order for them to get what you want for them? Because we all want our kids to be successful. I'm sure everybody want their kids to be a motherfucking millionaire, but are you grooming your kids to be millionaires, or are you grooming your kids to be employees? Like, are you grooming yourself to be a motherfucking employee? Because like I said, when I posted that post, I seen a bunch of motherfuckers saying that they wanted to be free. Like, do you really want to be free? What are you doing to be free? Like, what steps are you taking in life that are gonna get you free? Do you want what's at the end of that motherfucking rainbow? Nigga, do you want what's, just like, and damn, I did an episode about this shit, Yellow Brick Road. Like, do you want what comes with that motherfucking journey? Because a lot of times, like I said, as far as like the journey of entrepreneurship, and the reason that a lot of times, like when niggas tell me to buy a truck, I don't want to do that, because that ain't the road I want to take. Yeah, I want to be an entrepreneur, motherfucker. Of course. I've started a fucking barbershop, my nigga. It was in Bellflower. Nigga, it was on Lakewood Boulevard. Nigga, I've had a barbershop, my nigga. I've had businesses, my nigga, like all my hats behind me. 7 Saturdays, nigga. I got a license. I've had that shit trademarked and everything, my nigga. Like, I'm an entrepreneur, my nigga. I've had businesses, dog. But this is the reason that I'm speaking this way, because I understand what it's like to be a fucking entrepreneur. It is not fucking easy. That's the reason I have a fucking job. Because if entrepreneurship was easy, nigga, you think I'll still be driving trucks, motherfucker? I'd be somewhere chilling. I'd be selling fucking hats and haircuts and this good game I'm giving, motherfucker. I'd just be talking shit for a living if being a fucking entrepreneur was easy, but it's not. But the thing is, I'm not gonna motherfucking stop. That's the reason you niggas listening to my motherfucking voice right now. Because I'm not gonna stop this shit. Like, this is something that I'm fucking passionate about. This is something that I want to motherfucking do. Nigga, this is my business. My voice is my motherfucking business. This is the motherfucking product that I have to sell. Right now, I'm giving it away. But at some point, nigga, I plan on generating fucking income from this shit. I'ma do it whether or not. But at the end of the motherfucking day, my nigga, that's what the fuck I'm doing this shit for, my nigga. I'm doing this shit for motherfucking freedom. Shout out to my nigga fucking J-Rock, Warren Gold Clothing, photography by Jason Crump. That nigga, if you want to talk about a motherfucking entrepreneur, that nigga is an entrepreneur. That nigga is the definition. Like, that's one nigga who I know personally who is all about motherfucking freedom. Like, when we talk about the cage lion, the free lion, my nigga J-Rock is exactly what I talk about when I talk about the free lion. Nigga, every dollar that nigga makes, he earns that dollar. Everything he does, he makes that shit happen. Nigga, that nigga got Warren Gold Clothing. Nigga, that nigga is a fucking contractor. That nigga's a photographer. That nigga does everything. That nigga's the definition of a motherfucking hustler, my nigga. Like, everything that I talk about when it comes to entrepreneurship, that's my homeboy J-Rock. That nigga does all that shit. And we talk about that shit all the time. My nigga, like, watching my nigga J-Rock get down. Nigga, that shit not motherfucking easy. That's probably one of the hardest working niggas I know. If not the hardest working nigga that I know. Like, nigga, freedom ain't motherfucking easy, dog. He's the definition of that shit, my nigga. Like, he's the walking, talking fucking epitome of that shit, my nigga. He's the personification of fucking freedom. And it ain't fucking easy, my nigga. I could tell, nigga. I talk to the motherfucker often, my nigga. Life ain't easy for a nigga like that. But, nigga, he's gonna be a multi-millionaire one day. So it's all gonna pay off. But a lot of motherfuckers ain't willing to put that work in, my nigga. And that's the thing. We all would like $1 million. But we don't all want $1 million. Whenever you think about a fucking $1 million, nigga, ask yourself what you doing to get that shit. And if you ain't doing shit, you don't want that shit. And I'ma drop the mic on that shit. This has been your host, Uncle Dolemite of the Too Much Game podcast, live from the Boom Boom Room once again. If you would like to support us financially, it's patreon.com/townhousemedia. Town E House Media. Support all the Townhouse Media podcasts. Sports for You podcast, Tuesday evening, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Live on YouTube and Facebook with Mark, John Watson, and Nick motherfucking Freeze. Shout out to the motherfucking No Rules podcast, Wednesday evenings at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Live on Facebook and YouTube with Mark and Ill Will, the Gym Dropper, the motherfucking Juice Crew, aka the Bloods. You know, shout out to them motherfuckers. Sundays, Cat vs. Dog podcast, live at 3 Pacific, live at 5 Houston time with myself, Uncle Dolemite, and my co-host CJ, the celebrity of Townhouse Media, Chelsea Perry. And if you hear, you already know, nigga, the Too Much Game podcast. I drop these motherfuckers randomly. Try to do them on Sunday for the most part. End up doing them bitches on Monday. But subscribe on everything, nigga. If you on fucking Spotify, YouTube, Stitcher, Apple, Amazon, motherfucking Pandora, anything, nigga, subscribe to this motherfucker. You'll get it when it come out, dog. If you blessed by the motherfucking game I gave you, cash at me, Uncle Dolemite, motherfucker. Goddamn, nigga, I could use some money. But, you know, follow me on Instagram at Uncle Dolemite or at Too Much Game Podcast. Follow me on Twitter at Uncle Dolemite or at Too Much Game Pod. Other social medias I don't really fuck with, so fuck it. Don't even worry about it. But, I guess that's it. I ain't here to help you get bitches. I'm here to help you get better. Too much game.